Rochelle Clausen.
And I'm Nicole Trombley. We are the co-directors of Anatomy Scoops, and we write the Anatomy for Touch column here at Massage and Bodywork magazine.
For this video, we are filming in Italy. We're actually in Florence right now because we just came over here for a training.
We just got back from a week-long training in Padua, where we went to fascia winter school, where we actually spent a week studying with some of the top researchers in fascia right now. In fact, we have our t-shirts with us. This is actually this really phenomenal imagery. These are fat cells. And one of the things they were trying to show in these pictures is the collagen nest that every single fat cell is nestled in, because it's not just about the fat. The fat doesn't live by itself. It lives in relationship to the collagen system.
In fact, all of our tissues have a relationship with the fascial system. And one of the ones that we are wanting to talk to you about this issue is a relationship of fascia with the nervous system, in particular, the sciatic nerve.
So sometimes we think a lot about different relationships for the sciatic nerve. Particularly, a lot of us are really familiar with piriformis syndrome. So we think about what is the relationship of the piriformis muscle with the sciatic nerve. Well, this past week in winter school, we got a lot of opportunity to think not just about piriformis, but also what is the sciatic nerve's relationship with all of its fascial system throughout, from the hip all the way down the leg.
And these kinds of relationships are important because it can affect function. And so in this video that we're going to share with you is actually showing you from true human tissue that has been preserved through plastination by the Fascial Net Plastination Project. This is a project that has been going on for the past several years, including creating a whole body plastinate that demonstrated the fascial system. But in the specimen that we're going to show today, it's a cross-section of the thigh where the fascia has been preserved and its relationships with the other tissues, including the muscular tissue, the vascular tissue, and the nervous tissue, in specific, the sciatic nerve. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you enjoyed the article. Meanwhile, we're going to go and continue to enjoy Italy. That's right. See you guys next time. Hi, I'm Rochelle Clausen, and I'd like to share with you one of the plastinates that was created by the Fascial Net Plastination Project. Plastination preserves tissue, so this is a real section from a human thigh that has been dissected in a way to highlight the fascial system. First, allow me to show you just the overview. What you're seeing is a full section of the thigh with the femur bone in the center. On this side, the skin has been left in place, but then it has been removed to reveal the next layer of tissue that you see. Let me turn to show you. You can see that this has been taken down in steps to show the skin, the dermis and the epidermis, down to the subcutaneous tissue, the superficial adipose tissue. Once you go deep to that, we come to a membranous layer, the superficial fascia, and then down to the deep fascia, the fascia lata. The fascia lata has been removed here to show the epimysium of the muscle that is in this location. The deep fascia of the thigh fully envelops the entire thigh. Where it thickens is where we are familiar with it as the IT band, but the band is merely a thickening of a fully enveloping fascia, as you can see from the top view here. It goes in complete all the way around the circumference of the thigh. The next feature of deep fascia that's significant to point out is that there are septa that carry that deep fascia all the way and connect it to the same location on the femur. As you come through and connect from 3 different locations, it creates the 3 compartments of the thigh: the anterior compartment, the medial compartment, and the posterior compartment. Here you can see where the sciatic nerve has been revealed, showing where the fascia actually splits and envelops the sciatic nerve. There is a tensional support system of fascia that envelops the sciatic nerve as it travels down the leg. And there's a possibility of distortion in the deep fascia that may tension this enveloping layer around the sciatic nerve that may contribute to sciatic pain or sciatica in a way that we may not have thought about before if we don't consider the deep fascia and its possibility for distortion or alteration. You can also see this continuity of the deep fascia septa as they come into the periosteum. Allow me to turn the plastinet around so that you can see this fascia is a very thin fascia that hugs close to the bone. You can see where it has been split and reflected to the right and to the left. Also in the deep septa, you can see these little holes, the neurovascular bundle that passes through the medial thigh, which is a supportive structure that holds the veins, the arteries, and the nerves. Each pocket defines where a muscle once was, but the muscle tissue has been removed, leaving only the collagenous tissue behind so that we really get a sense of how much fascia exists in our bodies besides just the muscles. This is a clarification that really helps when you're trying to study anatomy, and especially for hands-on body workers. If you're a manual therapist that does touch therapy in your work, the fascial system is oftentimes where distortions happen, where there is injury or there is pain. So we really can't look at the muscle system by itself anymore. We have to consider it in its home, where it lives, along with all of these connective tissues, including the fascial components.